documented.
You are literally saying it.
No, I'm saying that these are reports, Director Patel.
No,
And
unlike
I
your
will
baseless
say,
reports,
Director
the only person
Patel,
that was slinging margaritas in El Salvador on the taxpayer dollar with a convicted gangbanging rapist was you.
You know,
the only person that ran up a
Director
$7,000 bar tab in Washington, D.C. at the
this
lobby bar
suggests to me
was you.
The hearing room was already tense before Senator Chris Van Hollen began speaking. FBI Director Kash Patel sat in front of the Senate Appropriations Committee prepared to defend the FBI's budget and leadership decisions. But the exchange quickly turned into one of the most explosive confrontations Congress has seen this year. Van Hollen opened with a warning that this was not about politics or personal attacks. He said the issue was whether the person leading the FBI could still be trusted to carry out the responsibilities of the office. Then he brought up recent reports alleging Patel had episodes of excessive drinking, unexplained absences, and behavior that reportedly alarmed officials inside both the FBI and the Justice Department. The room immediately changed. Patel leaned forward and rejected the accusations without hesitation. He called the allegations categorically false and described the entire story as a political smear campaign. He reminded senators that he had already filed a massive defamation lawsuit against the publication behind the claims. But Van Hollen didn't back off. He said he did not care what Patel did in private unless it affected his ability to run the FBI. Then he referenced reports claiming Patel had at times been so intoxicated or hungover that staff members allegedly struggled to reach him during critical moments. The senator argued that if even part of those claims were true, it would represent a serious national security concern. Patel's tone changed instantly. Instead of simply denying the allegations, he went directly after Van Hollen. Patel accused the senator himself of hypocrisy, bringing up reports connected to a bar tab and a controversial trip to El Salvador. He claimed Van Hollen had spent thousands of dollars on drinks while criticizing someone else's behavior. That moment sent the hearing completely off the rails. Both men began talking over each other. Van Hollen tried to redirect the conversation back to Patel's conduct as FBI director, but Patel kept interrupting and accusing the senator of misleading the public. At one point, Patel suggested Van Hollen was the one who should be answering questions about alcohol. Then came the line that stunned the room. Van Hollen looked directly at Patel and reminded him that lying to Congress is a crime. He accused Patel of making provably false statements during the hearing and said the American people deserved better from the head of the FBI. Patel immediately fired back. He accused Van Hollen of being the real liar and insisted the senator was trying to create a media spectacle instead of discussing the FBI's actual work. The hearing transformed from a budget discussion into a personal war of accusations, with senators and staff visibly reacting as the exchange escalated. The tension only grew from there. Van Hollen questioned Patel about reports that FBI resources may have been used to investigate media leaks and journalists who published stories critical of him. Patel denied it entirely and said no FBI assets were being misused for personal retaliation. But the senator continued pressing. He argued that Patel's leadership style had created chaos inside the Bureau, especially after multiple experienced agents and counterterrorism officials were reportedly removed or reassigned. Van Hollen suggested morale inside the FBI was deteriorating and that public confidence in the institution was being damaged. Patel refused to concede anything. He defended his leadership aggressively, claiming violent crime rates were dropping and FBI arrests had increased under his direction. He argued that critics inside Washington were angry because he was changing the culture of the Bureau and refusing to protect what he described as an old political establishment. As the confrontation intensified, viewers online began focusing as much on Patel's demeanor as on his words. Clips spread rapidly across social media showing Patel shuffling papers, avoiding eye contact, and speaking over senators during questioning. Online reactions became deeply divided. Supporters argued he was standing up against political attacks, while critics said the hearing reinforced concerns about his temperament and professionalism. Then the hearing took an even stranger turn. During the exchange, Patel challenged Van Hollen to take an alcohol assessment test alongside him. What started as a confrontation over allegations suddenly became a public dare. Patel essentially said if Van Hollen was willing to take the test, he would too. That challenge didn't disappear after the hearing ended. The next day, Van Hollen publicly released his own alcohol assessment results online and called on Patel to do the same. The senator accused Patel of repeatedly lying during the hearing and demanded he follow through on the promise. By then, the clash had become national news. Major outlets framed the hearing as a defining moment for Patel's controversial tenure as FBI director. Some coverage focused on the drinking allegations themselves. Others focused on the breakdown in decorum between a sitting senator and the nation's top law enforcement official. What made the hearing so remarkable was not just the accusations. Congressional hearings are often tense, but this exchange felt different because neither side attempted to de-escalate. Van Hollen treated the allegations as a direct threat to national security and public trust. Patel treated the questioning as a politically motivated attack designed to destroy him publicly. And by the end of the hearing, neither man had backed down. The confrontation ended with both sides claiming victory, but the damage was already done. The hearing left behind viral clips, new political firestorms, and even more questions about the future of the FBI under Patel's leadership. One thing was clear to everyone watching. This was no ordinary Senate hearing. It was a full-scale political collision broadcast live in front of the country.
Director Cicada, you hold a position of public trust. You agree that you should lead by example and be held to at least the same standard of conduct as you expect of ATF agents.
Yes, sir.
And would you agree that if one of your agents was unable to perform his or her duties because of excessive drinking, you would need to take corrective action or disciplinary measures?
Yes, sir.
Director Serolta, same question for you with respect to the U.S. Marshal Service. Do you agree with the responses from Director Cicada?
Ranking Member Van Hollen, that would be correct. I would do that after a thorough investigation by our internal affairs.
Administrator Cole, same question to you with respect to the DEA.
Yes, sir. I would echo what Rod and Gaddy have said. After a thorough review by our OPR, Office of Professional Responsibility, yes, sir.
Director Patel, do you agree with these three gentlemen as
Yes,
the head
sir.
of the FBI? So you agree, Director Patel, that if one of your agents was unable to perform his or her duties because of excessive drinking, you would need to take corrective or disciplinary action. You agree with that statement?
We would implement the inspection review process, just like these other agencies have their own internal investigations, and complete that review.
As I said in my opening remarks, I really don't care about your personal life so long as you are able to perform your public and official responsibilities, which are awesome responsibilities. Multiple reports, including reporting by The Atlantic, have alleged episodes of excessive drinking, unexplained absences, and behavior that concern current and former FBI and DOJ officials. You have publicly denied those allegations and filed a defamation lawsuit. So today, as you testify before Congress, is it your testimony that those allegations are categorically false?
Unequivocally, categorically false.
So there have been no occasions during your tenure when FBI personnel were unable to promptly reach you?
Absolutely not. You can ask my entire workforce. They hear from me at every single hour of the day, as do these great gentlemen here, as do the men and women of the interagency and state and local law enforcement and the White House.
And so there have been no occasions when your security detail had difficulty waking or locating you, is that right?
Nope, it's a total farce. I don't even know where you get this stuff, but it doesn't make it credible because you say so.
I'm not saying it, Director Patel. It's been written and documented.
You are literally saying it.
No, I'm saying that these are reports, Director Patel.
No,
And
unlike
I
your
will
baseless
say,
reports, the
Director
only person that
Patel-
was slinging margaritas in El Salvador on the taxpayer dollar with a convicted gangbanging rapist was you.
You know, the
only
fact
person that
of
ran up a
Director
$7,000 bar tab in Washington, D.C. at the
This
lobby bar
suggests to me-
was you.
this
so the only
suggests
individual
to
in this
me that
room
the
that has
allegations
been
are
drinking on
true.
taxpayer dime during
Are
the
you
day
polygraphing?
is you.
Director Patel, come on. These are serious allegations that were made against you.
The
They're in a
allegations
lawsuit
are
that you
false.
filed.
You drinking margaritas with a gangbanger
actually,
is true and on
it
video.
just goes to show you don't-
running a
this
$7,000
goes-
bar tab at the lobby bar
Director Patel,
has been filed by your own
this
office.
goes to show-
drink during the day. That's
Chair-
you.
Mr.
This is
Chairman-
the ultimate example of hypocrisy.
Chairman-
I will not be tarnished by baseless allegations
let me
and
ask
fraudulent
questions.
statements from the media.
The fact that you mentioned that indicates you don't know what you are talking about. Now, here, Director
The only thing I
Patel-
know is you're the one drinking margaritas with felons.
Actually, that's a false statement, and I'm asking you about your statements.
I've answered that.
And I'm asking you about a particular report. And
It's not a
your
report.
testimony is, so let me ask you this. Are you willing to take the test, it's called the audit test, that members of our active duty military and others take to determine whether they have a drinking problem?
I'll take any test you're willing to take.
I will take it, Director Patel. I'll take it. You ready to take it?
Let's go.
Yes or no?
Let's go. Side
I'll
by
take
side.
it. I'll take it. All right. I think that the fact that you're so, have you ordered polygraph tests of members of your team to determine how that story came about?
The FBI conducts polygraph tests all the time.
No. Have you ordered polygraph tests for members of your team to determine who was the source of the stories that I'm asking you about?
I don't order any polygraph tests. There's an internal inspection review process for any and all leaks, especially of baseless information at the FBI, that's been in place for the last 30 years. Those processes are followed by career intelligence and agents on the ground.
So I'll take that as a yes, since you said that these were unauthorized disclosures. I have another round of questioning regarding your firing people who were important to gathering intelligence with respect to Iran, but I'll wait for my second round. Thank you,
thing.
Chairman.